Hello, my name is Ed Sherman. I'm a divorce lawyer and have been for over 40 years. Let's talk now about divorce lawyers, divorce attorneys, and in particular, why do you need one? When do you need one? What do you want the attorney to do for you? And what's the best way to use an attorney? And how do you pick the right attorney for your case? Now, first, I want you to understand the very important difference between using an attorney for a consultation or for some advice or for a limited purpose like filing a motion for you, and retaining an attorney. When you retain an attorney to take charge of your case and to get you a divorce, you sign a written agreement, you pay a retainer fee, which is almost never the full amount that it's going to end up costing, and the attorney takes responsibility for getting your divorce. The attorney has professional responsibility and now makes all of the decisions about how your case is handled, what gets done. The attorney is in charge of your case and your life. That's a retained attorney. And I want you to understand that in this relationship, the more trouble you have, the more money your attorney makes. And this is not the basis for a really happy relationship or for a good outcome. So what I want you to remember is this. There's one rule that I would like to give you. Unless you have an emergency, don't go to an attorney before you're organized and prepared. And by this I mean, let's say, what's an emergency? I have an article on my website in the reading room, NoloDivorce.com, in the reading room called What's an Emergency? But in brief, it's if you've been served with papers, if you're in fear for your safety or the safety of your children, or if you have some pressing litigation going on that you have to respond to, or you're so desperately broke that you have no choice but to try to go to court and get some money from somewhere that you don't have access to. Now, unless you have a dire emergency, you really should be prepared first so that you've organized all of your facts and documents. And the reason I want you to do this is because if you use my worksheets that are available at my site, or they come for free with most of my books, use these worksheets and they will organize your information the same way an attorney would. So instead of going to any professional or an attorney and spending hundreds of dollars per hour to have the attorney or the professional help you get your facts and documents in order, you can do it yourself for almost free. And having your hands on all of your own information means that you'll feel much more confident and much more capable about dealing with the whole situation, because you'll really know what's going on, what you want to know, and what you want to find out next. So be organized and be prepared. Understand the limitations of what an attorney can do. Like a carpenter uses a saw or a hammer or a chisel, an attorney has only certain tools that he or she can use. Writing formal letters to the other side, filing papers in court, conducting formal discovery, motions, orders to show cause. This is all very, very expensive and not always necessary, but here's another important thing you need to know. An attorney has a professional obligation to aggressively pursue your best interest, and that always means getting the most you can out of the case, which isn't really necessarily in your best interest. So the attorney tends to do almost everything that an attorney can do, so that is to protect the attorney against you, so that you don't come back later and say, you didn't do enough, you didn't try hard enough to get me everything I could get. So the attorney will do all of these things, whether they're good for you or not. This is all going to be very expensive. It's going to greatly increase the level of conflict, and it's going to make your life very unpleasant for a long, long time. So this is why you want to know what you want from the attorney, and you want to know which attorney to go to, which in general, if you just want advice or information, I recommend that you go to an attorney who specializes in mostly mediation, very little litigation. That's the kind of attorney that will give you problem-solving, neutral advice. So go to my website. At the reading room, there's an article called I Want Help, Who Can I Call? And that will give you more information about how to choose just the right person for your case. If you're in California, I recommend that you call Divorce Helpline. This is a legal practice with a really big difference. They're completely focused upon solving problems outside of court. They won't go to court. You can't retain them, but they will be in your corner, give you advice, guidance, help you solve problems, help you talk to your spouse. They are expert mediators and very, very good at getting an agreement outside of court. Then they'll do your paperwork and finish the whole thing for you. It's an excellent service. 800-359-7004. And that's it about attorneys. You'll find most of this information also in my book, Make Any Divorce Better, so you can read it there.